Okay. Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for your patience this evening. I need to be sure you can all hear me. We haven't lost sound or anything. Sorry, we're starting slightly late for the obvious reasons we've just explained. Technical challenges logging into this call. Tonight I've got Maurice Van Opperven, President Circle member, and our collective upline on this call tonight. And he will be taking most of the presentation. I'll be hosting him essentially tonight. My name is Charles Ajayi Kiran, for those who have not been introduced to before. It's my pleasure to host these Monday night webinars. And tonight we are going to be discussing a very important issue, and that is the issue of the product, Formula One. Now, Formula One is beginning to create a lot of waves. I'm sure you are hearing things wherever you are as well in your country or your location. We are getting amazing amounts of testimonial stories coming across from extremely happy ambassadors. And this is a good thing. All right. When we launched the product in December, we knew it was a special product, but there's nothing as special as having the confirmation that this is a product that is truly exciting and is truly delivering what it says on the tin. And that is an awesome, awesome stuff. So now we know we have a product potentially that can become a runaway bestseller. The next focus, of course, is how do we now take this product to the market and ensure people get to know about this amazing product. Okay? The product has been priced for profit or priced for sale so that it is way below the radar, where for a month's supply people can access this product for an extremely competitive pricing. It's simple to ship because it's not very, very heavy. All right, so it kind of ticks nearly all the boxes. What we want to do tonight is to talk about how we actually go about marketing the product. Now, but before we start, I would like to read Richard, Central Africa country director, sent me a quick message this evening before the webinar to tell me about a testimonial he's just received. And I'm going to just read it out to everybody so you can hear what this lady had to say. This is from one of his ladies in in Cameroon. And it was a very, very powerful testimonial. Okay, so let me read it out to everybody so you can all hear. Richard wrote, wonderful F1 testimonial received today from Cameroon. Sir Rich, though not a medic or not a not a medical person, bear what I have to reveal for the sake of F1, which means really listen to what I have to tell you about Formula One. Sometime in 2012, my monthly period ceased. So the monthly female cycle that she used to have ceased in 2012. My doctor had no quarrel because I was above the age of 47. I turned 50 late 2014. And on the 1st of January 2015, I started a journey with Formula One. After 10 days, I began to experience key symptoms of ovulation, i.e. swollen and painful nipples, and then wetness in the nipples. Exactly 3 weeks into the journey, I began to menstruate, and it lasted for 3 full days. Conclusion: my reproductive system has been renewed. 2, a customer 55 to 60 years who got Formula One from me says he usually has difficulties going to the toilet, to stool. but for 2 weeks it is very regular. This is the impact of the great Formula One. Now, as powerful as this testimonial is, I am laughing because I'm sure a lot of women are saying, you know what, as great as this son, I don't think I want to have another baby. I don't want to get pregnant. Okay. So I gotta caution them with care, and also the men taking these products, I think their wives are also in trouble because a lot of them are jumping. They are jumping all over the place. That's not what we are looking for from Formula One. So all the boys out there, I gotta tell you, keep a watchful eye so you don't have a quiver full of arrows, so you don't have a full house with the children. All right, and wives who are getting pregnant. All right? So be very, very, very careful. All right, but you know, this is what we are getting. Everybody but none talks about bowel movement. When you start having regular bowel movement, that is a great indicator of a healthy bowel system, which is critically important to your health. All right? And we are getting a lot of people whose energy has begun to go through the roof. I mean, this is early days. Mind you, some have only been on this product 10 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. Okay? Exciting things are coming in all the time. Okay, Fabrice, exactly. You know, Fabrice is laughing. Yes, okay. So let's get into our training tonight real quick. Thank you very much for your time. So how to lead with Formula One product. Maurice, can I hand over to you from here?
Charles, yes.
Okay. Awesome.
You can, and make sure, Charles, that you don't get pregnant, please. We need you to do the Monday webinars, you know?
Awesome. Awesome. You can bet on that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's really start now, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, the testimonials speak for themselves. There is many things happening at the moment, and many happy people want to share their testimonials, and it's yeah. Every person experience their own how do you say it, their own benefits from the product.
Yes.
And that's also part of the training, because as soon as you start to go out with a product, we talked about it last week already. You need to have a certain knowledge, okay? And this knowledge that you need, you can find in your back office in the documents provided by the company. So if you're a smart person and if you really want to start to work with this, download the brochure, download the file, what the ingredients do, and start to study for yourself what benefits this product can give a customer. Okay? Not that you need to use everything in your way in recruiting, but you need to know it for yourself to feel confident in the field and to feel confident when questions come up, so that you know, okay, a customer has a certain question, I can give a certain answer.
Mm-hmm.
That is why the tools are created. Not like tools to recruit with. It's actually more for yourself, so that you get the knowledge in you, besides the experience you have, besides your own testimonial, to really go out and feel confident and talk about the product. Yeah. So go in your back office. There's a tool section, and in the tool section you will find a brochure, and you will find the document that you see on the left. Discover what makes Formula One the most powerful supplement in the world. I experience always myself, when I read it, I get happy. I'm boiling to go out because I want to share with the world what's going on, what we have, you know.
It's a powerful document, isn't it? It's a powerful document, Maurice.
Oh, this is a very powerful document, yes. And this is really meant for all the ambassadors to extend their own or expand their own knowledge. Okay, this is not something you're going to bump on your customers because they get confused, but this is more for you to know, okay, I'm secure, I go out with the product, what I say to the customers is for real. All right, and you have your preparation for some smart customers, because there's also smart customers, and they know about ingredients, and they're going to start to ask you questions, and then you are prepared, then you can give them answers. Okay, that is why the documents are meant for. Let's go to the next slide, Charles.
Okay.
Or do you have to say something extra about what we have been talking about here?
Yeah, no, I mean, just to reinforce the point you made, Maurice, the documents, for the people who have read it, I've heard from some of them. I remember when Amarachi read it and he called me and said, wow, this is serious. When you read the document, what that document does, as Maurice mentioned, it gives you the comfort factor. You have a better idea of what is encapsulated in the product, you know, and it boosts your confidence levels, all right, because it's truly exciting when you read the bump of what's in the product. It's really, really very, very exciting. Now, you need to read that for yourself so you have confidence in what you're saying to people. All right. Besides, of course, using the product yourself, you need to have this kind of information, all right, for yourself, for your own self. That's all it is. Okay. And then, of course, this small product brochure. You want to download all of these, as Maurice mentioned, on your desktop. And if you have access to a printer at home, just print it or take it to or go to a print shop and just print it, download it onto a flash drive, and then go and print it. Okay. Just print, because it is cheaper for you to do that than if you were ordering the printed version from the company and then shipping it to you. It probably a bit more expensive. So just print it and have something handy, which we'll discuss what you do with these information leaflets later on. Okay, so this helps to expand your knowledge. That's the first base before you now take this to market. Shall I go to the next slide, Maurice?
Yeah, I think we can go to the next slide, Charles.
Okay. Next slide.
All right. Now, the biggest message in your process of finding new customers is on top, and it says, keep it simple. And we really will press on keep it simple all the time, because the more simpler you keep it, the more customers you will gather. Okay? And what you need to do when you go out, I mean, you know how to contact people and invite yourself for a coffee or a tea or whatever, or invite them to your house or meet them on the street. It doesn't matter. But your job is to keep it so simple that the customer, your friend, your colleague in the end says, oh yes, sure, I want to try it. Okay? That's the goal. So what you need to do is you find your customer's area of need.
Yeah.
You find a hot button. Let me explain this a little bit more clearly. Finding the need of your customer's area. What do we say? What do we mean with that? Is that you have a job to do to find out if this product fits to your customer. Why does your customer need this product? So instead of going out and say to a person, how are you doing today? Yeah, that's what we normally say. You open your conversation with, hey, my friend, how do you feel today? Okay? That's a simple thing, because you do not ask them how they do. No, you ask them how they feel.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is already different in approach, because people will think, huh, how do I feel? Yeah, some will say, hey, I feel good, I feel fit, I feel perfect, you know. But most people, 8 out of 10, I'm going to promise you now already, most people, because you launched that question and you plant the seed in their head, that they actually in a fragment of a second think, how do I feel? I'm tired. You know, or I feel a little bit sick, or I have a little bit this. So they actually you open them to start to talk about what's going on.
Yep.
and it doesn't matter if a person say, yeah, I feel okay, but you know, last period I have a little bit headaches, or I don't sleep that well, or I'm working a lot, I'm not so fit, I'm really tired, or whatever. So you open something in their brain and they give you an answer. You actually press already on that hot button and you get the information out that you want to have. So this is very important in your customer acquisition process.
Yeah.
Do things a little bit different. Charles, maybe you can say something about it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm just thinking right here that it is important for us to understand that this product is both a prevention product and also a product that helps to heal the body. By prevention, what I mean by prevention is it will keep people well. It will keep them firing on all cylinders, and it will help them to fight off serious illnesses and serious diseases by keeping the body in optimum shape. All right? Because as we all know, the product is, of course, an immune booster. All right? It's an immune, besides being anti-aging, it's all primarily an immune booster. So it's helping to boost the immunity. If your immunity is working very, very well, it means you are not easily susceptible to illnesses and to diseases because your immunity is on top alert, if that makes sense. So on one hand, the product is both preventive, all right? And on the other hand, as you've been hearing from all the various testimonials, it is also curative. So whilst we can't say it cures, but it actually has the benefit of healing the body. For example, you may know some people who say to you, you know, I've not had, who are probably still young, but I've seen lots of those in the past who have not had a regular menstrual cycle, for example. This could be a product you might say to them, you know what, we've heard amazing story. Why don't you try this? You know, so find their area of need. Find their hot button. What is going on with them? What are they suffering from? Okay? Are they usually susceptible to colds? Are they always, their nose always running? Are they always lethargic, not feeling well, too tired? You need to, you know, pay attention and find out their hot button. This that means their health hot button regarding their health. Or are those the kind of people who are constantly talking about, I don't want to get old, I want to stay young, I want to stay fit? These are fantastic candidates for your product. We will begin to build, of course, a dossier over the coming weeks and months of the best ways we can be approaching people as we all get into the swing of this great new tradition, which we are now introducing now. So I think you all get the picture. The first thing is to find out why do you need to do that, because you can't start telling your story or try to market anything if somebody has told you they don't have any problem. Okay? If they've told you they have no issue, you can't go and try and sell somebody who's telling you they're not looking for something. You can only market something to somebody who is in the market, who is looking for something. This is why you must establish need as quickly as possible by virtue of asking questions, observing them, listening to what they have to say, and seeing whether you have something for them. Maurice.
Correct. So, you need to find out what is their hot button. Now, if you find out, it's very, very easy to continue, okay? Because I always say if there is a challenge or a problem, you have the solution. And that's what this whole story is all about. So what you do is identify yourself with the need of your customer. So if the customer tells you, hey, last couple of weeks, I feel tired, then try to imagine when was your last time that you felt tired, okay? Probably before you started with the Formula One. Or if they say, whatever reason, it doesn't matter, try to identify and say, okay, hey, I had that same problem. over the last months I've been tired because I've been working very, very hard, actually constantly. I didn't have time for my family anymore. But then you start to share your own Formula One story. So you give your own testimonial. What you feel that happens in your body since you have been using the Formula One product. So what you probably will say, if you are 1 or 2 or 3 weeks on the product, hey, listen, my friend, I had that same feeling. I was tired as well. But since 3 weeks, I'm using a product now that really helped me with solving this matter. Because today I'm standing in front of you and I feel totally fit. You know, because I sleep well in the nights. I get up, I have a lot of energy, I feel fit. I still do the same workload. I still do the same work. But the product I have discovered and that I'm using is really helping me through that period and is really giving me the energy back. So, yeah.
Yep.
And then you come to a point where a person actually already almost says by themselves, what is that? What are you talking about? What is that? Can I use that product as well? Then actually your recruitment stops already there, because many people will say to you, okay, tell me more. I want to have it. Where can I buy it? Whatever. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, I have a sneaky suspicion that we are going to begin to hear a lot of very, very important stories, especially in the areas of diabetes and things like this, where people can begin to say to you, my blood sugar has dropped because I've been taking this product, because my immunity has been boosted. It's helped me to combat this terrible disease, this terrible illness. There's a lot of things we are believing this product will begin to be a godsend to so many situations and conditions. You know, those asthmatics who probably are using less inhalers, because when the immunity functions correctly, it affects all kinds of terrible illnesses, sickness and diseases. It impacts on those things. And this is where we are going with this. When people have been on this now for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, we are going to start hearing some amazing stuff that will make what we are hearing about right now become child's play. So the first thing that we want to do is, the reason that Maurice mentioned that share your story, is when you found your customer's hot button, of course, it's always important to tell your own story also. You know, as he mentioned, how long have you been on the product? What benefits are you personally realizing from the product? Now, let me say this to you. The job of a powerful nutritional product is not for you to have a pharmaceutical reaction immediately. We see with pharmaceutical drugs, they are meant to cure certain things, okay, or alleviate certain things, but do it fast. If you have pain, for example, you take painkillers, in matters of minutes, you begin to see the benefit of the painkiller. It will hide the pain, all right? So that's a pharmaceutical drug. But that's not how powerful nutritional products work. Because they are natural products, they work with your body, and it takes slightly longer for you to feel the benefits, all right? So if you are somebody who is very, very healthy at the moment, if you eat very, very well, if you work out, all right, and things like that, you will notice it to take you slightly longer to feel the serious benefit and power of the Formula One. If your health is not very, very good, what I mean health, if you don't eat very, very well, very, very bad habits, you don't take care of yourself well, you will feel the benefits much faster. Now, for those of us who profess to eat well and do things like that, 2 areas I have noticed benefits quickly. Number 1 is in my bowel movement. I didn't used to have a problem with my bowel movement, but it's more regular, at least twice a day. And that's important. So you get rid of what's in your system. You get rid of it. Very important. A major health benefit. That's number 1. Number 2, In fact, 3 things I've noticed myself because I'm keeping score. Number 2, of course, is I'm doing with less sleep. Usually if I don't sleep well, I'm a bit groggy. I'm doing with less sleep. And even though I'm doing with less sleep, I'm still energized. Okay? Those are the 3 things I have noticed. And this is just 1 week of me being on the product. I only started last week, Monday. Okay? So find out what your own testimonials is and tell the client or your customer your story. Okay? Sorry, Maurice, over to you.
Yeah, exactly. That is what it's all about. And I mean, if you listen to them, you tell your own story, you actually in your story, you give already a solution. You know, we point that here out as point 3, having listened to your customer's issues, suggest a solution, Formula 1, but you actually do that already at the moment that you're in that conversation. So make sure that you don't take this list and go out and read your list. 1, find out your customer's area of need, you know, because it needs to go in the flow, like a normal conversation about the weather, about the restaurant, about the movie you saw last night, about your work. And then it flows all together. And because in your story, you actually give already a solution and you say, listen, I had the same problem. But since I use this product for the last 3 weeks or 2 months or 3 months or whatever, so you come up with a solution for their area of need.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
They have the problem, you have the solution. So don't see the list here as pointed and you have to go from point 2 into point 3. It all flows together.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important is that actually point 4, don't be the doctor or the expert.
Mm. And I think you need to give them a reason why, because this is so important, as we said last week.
Yeah, people buy people, not products.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends buy you, not a Formula 1 product. Okay? Because they can identify with you, they know you, they trust you. All right? Mm-hmm. So if you say, hey, I really have that same problem that you have, but I have a solution, then they will say yes. That's the same as you recommend that restaurant or that movie to them. You know, the training from last week, we had a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
They don't ask about who made the movie, how much did the movie cost to produce, how long did it take to produce the movie, where is it filmed. They're not going to ask you that type of questions about the product, because you tell them that the product is good and that it works for you, and that's enough.
That's
okay?
Right.
So everything you do more only damages that little piece of conversation and that little piece of relationship. Because the most worst thing you can do is say, yeah, listen, but I have this product and it has goji berry in it and aloe vera in it from that mountain in that country. And you know what the person is going to say in the end? Okay, I'm going to do more research.
That's right.
I'm going to check out if that mountain you mentioned where the aloe vera grows, if that really exists. So it has 0 value. Okay? The only value it has and that's why you need to read the documents from the first slide. The only value it has is if a person comes up with questions about it. Okay? Then you need to know what to answer.
That's right.
That's it. Because if a person say, yeah, but I have another friend, he mentioned also a product to me, I think it was based on goji berry or aloe vera, then you need to know that it's in the product, and then you need to know that you have to say, hey, but that's in our product as well. Mm-hmm. Or that's in the product that I use as well. So you need to be prepared to let that conversation flow. Okay? And that is when you start to use your knowledge instead of your enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. Not before that. Not before that. Mm-hmm. Because believe me, 9 out of 10 is going to join as a customer based on your enthusiasm. And 1 out of 10, that's in life, 1 out of 10 wants to know each and every ingredient, where it's made, how it's made, who made it. And I'm going to tell you one thing. that is a person, 1 out of 10, that in the end is not going to buy your product. It's very funny. Because that are people, we call them researchers, and we have researched already everything for our customers. Researchers that want to research the research. Do you get the point? So even if the best doctors in the world have made this product, they're going to research the doctor if they have done their research very well enough so that they could create this product. They're never going to buy a product. Let them go. Next. Okay? Talk to another 10 people, and you will have one more that is like this. But the other nine go in your enthusiasm.
And I think yes, that's important. Maurice, you know, that's important. The point you made just now about mentioning goji berry and things. Let me say this to everybody listening in right now. Stay away from listing the ingredients in your product, okay? Because there will be somebody who has double or treble the ingredients in their own product. All right? What you need to understand here is that there's a proprietary process. Just like Coca-Cola, you don't know what the formula is, and why Coca-Cola has become probably the best-selling soda in the entire world, even though it's not healthy for you. Correct. There's something in the proprietary process, the way it tastes, and everybody's trying to copy Coca-Cola. Okay? The point I'm making here is don't start listing out ingredient combinations in your product, because that's not the selling point. It's not a selling point. You will always find somebody who has more in their product. What you need to understand is that the science behind the Formula One and the way it has been put together, that's what the proprietary process means. The way it has been put together is what makes it effective. Okay? So what I would rather say, instead of, my product has goji, it has aloe vera, it has spirulina, it means nothing. Just say simple things. People are getting tremendous amount of benefit from using these products. We are hearing incredible testimonials from all over the place, from very satisfied people who are swearing by this product. Why don't you give it a try as well? Isn't it, Maurice? That's it.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree, Charles.
Yeah, carry on. Yeah?
Okay.
All right.
We have lots of...
So before you move on to the other point, let me just make that point. You see from the screen there, don't come across as a doctor or an expert. There's a simple rule of thumb in network marketing and MLM. If you stand on the street with a leaflet trying to market your product, the people who collect the leaflet from you will think they need to stand on the road and show leaflets.
Absolutely.
Please listen to what we are saying to you right now. MLM is called the best copycat business in the world, which means anything you do, the people believe they need to do what you are doing for them to be successful. So bear that in mind, because it will affect your duplication. If you go and get a stall and you recruit somebody, they think they need to go and get a stall to succeed in MLM. If you are talking like a doctor, they were thinking and scratching their head, I'm not going to be able to remember what this man said or what this woman said as a doctor. Oh, I need to have all that knowledge, all this goobity-goo, all these things he's saying or she's saying. You lose them. I'm just telling you the way MLM works. All right, Maurice, am I telling lies?
No, you exactly tell it how it is, Charles.
That's the reality. So you can't. So what you need to do is point to the product. Listen, you've told them your story. This is what's happened to me. We are hearing all kinds of products from those people, of course, who have not seen their menstrual cycle for years. All of a sudden, 3 days, 10 days on the product, because the product has balanced their hormones in their body. Guess what? They begin to see their menstrual cycle, or they begin to go to the toilet, or they begin to be energized, or they've not been able to walk for a long time because of illness. They've been able to get up and walk and take themselves to the toilet. Stories everywhere. Why don't you give it a try? Because everybody's body is different. Let's see what happens to you. That's what you want to do. Don't go to them and start acting as a doctor, the cycle in your blood, the this and that, your red blood cells, your all this business, 120 days to change. Yeah, we have all that information. If it's a training, it's a different thing. But keep it simple. Don't be an expert. Let them think they can do what you are doing to them. That's the key. That's the key.
Correct.
That I can do what Maurice is saying. I can do what Richard is saying. Oh, I can definitely say that. Oh, I can definitely do what Chantal. I can do that. Let them have that in their minds. Are you getting it? That's how you duplicate. Because they don't need to have a PhD. They don't need to have a master's degree to be able to market Formula One. They don't need to. Anybody can. But if you keep it simple, they will keep it simple. Point to the product. The product is the solution. Oh, Richard, does this use? I don't know. Give it a try. Let's see what your own story is going to be. I cannot tell. This is not a drug, but I know it is going to enhance your well-being and impact your body. Why don't you give it a try? That's the key. Maurice.
I agree.
I agree too.
I agree on that key.
Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because that's all in that natural conversation. All the points that Charles mentioned are very, very important. And the only thing that lasts is if you say to them, why not give it a try? When they say yes, then you close actually your deal. Yeah. Then you either sell them a product out of your bag if you have products with you, or you go online and let them order the product through your website.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, left or right, it doesn't matter, but make sure that if they react positively, okay, that you stop talking and that you explain them how they get that product. So don't start the story all over again. I've seen that many times, that a person say, yes, I want to try. Okay, if you tell me that it's like it is, I want to try. Then you really need to stop talking and make sure that they order the product or they buy the product from you.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't make the mistake to restart the story again and try to over-convince them. They said already yes. Okay?
Yep.
This is a point that I see many times, that people get nervous when someone say, yes, I want to try the product. And now, and they start to talk, blah, 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 blah. You know? It doesn't work. Just close the deal, sell them the product, take your money, or go online with them and let them order the product. Okay? And then your job is to follow up within 1 or 2 weeks. Do a follow-up. Okay. Now there's also people that say to you, I want to first read more about it or do a little bit research. Now the documents come up. Okay? Or if you have put the person on the product, the documents come. So in the end, you're going to give them the documents. Because now you have a person, your best friend, that orders the product on your website. Okay? They go home and start to talk with their partner about it. What are they going to say? Nothing. So now it's important that you give them, after you close the deal, that you give them a document, a brochure or the ingredient list, what it's all good for, so that they don't have to explain at home why they bought a product. No, they just hand out or read for themselves about all the ingredients and stuff. So that gives them extra, how do you say that, Charles?
Extra confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, extra confidence. So the brochures, the product leaflet with all the ingredients and what it's all good for, you always give to a person that either buys the product after they bought the product, give them something to read, okay, so that they are even waiting more when is it going to arrive, and you give it to people that actually say, I'm not sure yet, I want to think about it, I want to read more about it. Give them the information. I mean, then your job is done. And if they really want it, they come back to you, okay? Or you say to them, okay, here, this is my brochure, or this is our brochure, read it. I only have one brochure left, by the way. Read it, but I'm going to pick it up tomorrow evening with you. Because another friend is waiting for the brochure as well. So that is actually a way to get in for the second time so that you eventually can close the customer on the product. Okay? Don't give away a brochure and never call them anymore. Do a follow-up. Yeah?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, now that's a very important advice. Notice that the reason, the error you don't want to make is you don't want to bring out a brochure before you have placed your customer on the product. Why is that important? Now think about it psychologically. If you bring out brochures at the beginning of your presentation, guess what your customer wants to do? They're going to take the brochure from you, so they say, well, we're going to read it, or we're going to study it. That's no good to you, okay? You only bring out your brochure when you have placed your customer, you have finished your transaction, you hand them a brochure for them to hold on to and to refer back to, which makes a lot of sense. Because the more they look at that brochure, the more they are persuaded they have made the right decision getting on the product anyway. Because that brochure is powerful. I mean, I'm talking about the ingredient list brochure. That's a powerful document. Okay, so if they read that, they are even more excited that, hey, I'm so glad I ordered this stuff. Don't remember the sequence. Everything is psychology. Don't give them the list before they have said yes to your product. All right, because they're going to tell you, oh, we speak tomorrow, speak next week, come again, let me read it fast. You don't want that. You haven't got the time for that. You go there, what you really need to be armed with when you go to see anybody is the physical product itself. Because that is such a powerful tool, the physical product. Let them hold it in their hands. Some might even want to take it off you. You can say to them, right, when you order yours, I need to get this back, or I can give you a few days supply or whatever it is, and just make it sound like it's a very expensive $1 million product. You don't want to live just like that. Have those twin packs handy with you because they can see it with their eyes, they can touch it. There's magic in that simple transaction right there. Okay? So when you have closed the conversation, at the end, here is a document that will tell you a lot more about the ingredient combination in this amazing product. That's the first time I will leave a brochure. The second time I'll leave a brochure is, so as Maurice pointed out, if they say they need additional information, hand it over to them. So by all means, here, have a good read. When shall we speak? Shall we speak tomorrow or shall we speak the day after? Because it's a simple document. It doesn't require a long time. And then you leave the brochure with them, by all means. All right? And ask them when you people can talk again. Remember, if you've established the need at the start of this whole conversation, and there's a need, then there shouldn't be, we are not looking to market or sell an airplane or sell a car. Anything. It's a very, very simple transaction. They will know if they need it. Okay? So I hope that's kind of been helpful in terms of the processes. You will get into your own flow. Most of you will become experts in your different ways of doing business. Because it's new, we are just putting some kind of a guideline here to guide us in the processes. Some of you are going to become very, very hot in this in no time. It always happens like that. Always happens like that. Maurice?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. Next slide.
So, Yeah, keep it simple. Next slide.
Okay, keep it simple. All right.
Okay, now your earning potential. For many people, this is the reason why they are in business, beside the product. I'm going to go through this real quick, Charles, because I think another 5 minutes, then we should be finished. Okay? Now, what I want you to see here is the difference between online orders and retail orders. Online orders are orders placed by your customers on your website. The company sends the product, they pay the company, and you get a commission. Okay? Very simple. Retail orders means you buy the product and you sell it to your customers. So you pay first and your profit comes after. Now, if you see with online orders, you always get per product, per customer, €10 or $10. That's a fixed commission. So if you have one customer, you earn €10 or $10, depending on what country you are. If you recruit 10 customers, and this is 10 customers in a monthly time frame, that means customers that stay on auto delivery system. We have different systems for different countries, but the system always calculates if you have 10 customers that order next month again and again and again. We pay you out a €10 commission every time your customer orders that product. If you have a customer that orders 2 products, it counts as 2 times 10 is €20, $20, okay? Now, if you have 10 recurring customers, you automatically become 10 Club. If you recruit 25 customers recurring, that recur every month, you become a 25 Club member. And so it goes up to a 50 and a 100 Club member. It will not say that you have to stop finding customers if you have 100, because we know people that easily recruit 200, 250 customers, and that actually make a full-time income out of out of their customer group.
Yep.
Yeah, customer acquisition. Yep. Because if you have 100 customers that get their product every month, you get every month $1,000 or €1,000 in commission. That's a lot of money, okay? And it's limitless. You can recruit as many customers as you want. The second method is you buy the product in first and then you're going to sell it. Now you have different options. Retail orders can be placed based on 2 packs, 4 packs, 8 packs, and 10 packs. The more you order, the more that is in your pack that you order, the cheaper the prices that you pay per product. Okay? If you see the difference between a 2-pack and a 10-pack, if you order a 2-pack, you pay €31.95 or $31.95 per product. If you order a 10-pack, it's only $23.99. It's a big difference, okay? Means that in the end, when you sell it, you need to have product on hand anyway, but when you sell it, you can ask your customer €49.95, okay? What does that mean? If you buy 2 packs, you have a profit, you can see that, of €18 or $18, but if you buy 10 packs, your profit goes up to almost €26 or $26, all right? Now translate that back. Let's say you recruit 100 customers that order online. You get €1,000 paid out in bonus. You become a 100 Club member. If you have 100 customers that come to your house and physically buy from you, that would be over €2,500 or dollars if you buy 10 packs and sell them. Okay? It's both systems have their own charm.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. An online customer, I always say an online customer stays longer.
Yep.
Because they go on auto ship, they get a product automatically, it becomes a habit. A customer that every month has to come to your house needs more work, because you have to remind the customer, hey, last month on the 26th you bought a product, so it's the 26th now in the new month, do you need more product, okay?
Exactly.
The profit is higher, but for a customer to buy every month physically from you, you will experience that sometimes people say, no, not this month, come back next month, okay? So then you also lose sometimes the order. It's what you like most, but there's enough possibility to make a very good part-time income, and for some people even more than a full-time income, just out of customer acquisition. Okay?
That's right.
That's all I want to say about this slide, Charles, because we're running out of time and people have been waiting too long before I could log in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, that's true. That's true. It's all your fault. Yes.
I know, always.
Yeah. So listen, this has been fantastic. I hope it's made a lot of sense to everybody. Now, remember what we've shown you tonight is predominantly focused on the retail aspect of our business. You obviously know all the other aspects of our business, team building, the network marketing aspect of all that is obviously enhanced there, but we needed to show you what is available now via the retail outlet. This is taking shape in people's minds now. We are seeing a lot of people making the transition, okay? As we mentioned before, change is not always an easy thing, especially for people who are set in a particular system or set in their particular ways. But we all need change in life to stay vibrant and to last. You need change. And this change that we have now shown you, or we are now operating, you will find out that it has the most amazing stabilizing factor for you and will create much more substantial income for you than all the previous systems we had before, because this is sustainable and it gathers momentum. You know, one brick on top of the other, brick on top of the other, brick on top of the other brick, and after a while, you are like saying, my goodness, why didn't I have this all along? That's the way it always works, all right? So look at this with new eyes. Don't look at it with the old eyes. Look at it with new eyes and try and see the salient points, the salient aspects, the important aspects of this, and to see why this is going to be sustainable for you and build you medium to long-term business and income. Okay? Well, our gratitude again, team, for the amazing time we've spent together. I'm just going to stop the recording now and then just say hello to everyone as we lock down.